Let's welcome our starting lineup from our Cignal HD Spikers. Let's begin with their team captain. She wears jersey number 7, Frances Cinia Molina. At number 2, Rosalind Doria. Wearing jersey number 5, Vanessa Gandler. At number 18, Marivic Meneses. Number 21, Jovelyn Gonzaga. And number 22, Maria Angelica Cayuna. Starting libero is number 16, Dawn Nicole Katindig. Head coach, Mr. Cesael Shaq de los Santos. Calling on our CAPITAL1 Solar Energy Solar Spikers. Let's begin with their team captain. She wears jersey number 10, Jarrell Singh. At number 1, Janine Navarro. Wearing jersey number 3, Renessa Melgar. At number 14, May Macatuno. Number 15, Maria Lourdes Clemente. And at number 21, Shirley Salamagos. Starting libero is number 18, Rica Jane Rivera. Head coach, Mr. Roger Gorayev. This match is under the supervision and regulation of the Games and Amusement Board. Match number 66, preliminary round.
And there we have it, our starters from the Cignal HD Spikers. We're seeing the usual 6, no adjustments from Coach Shaq, playing this as serious as it gets, even though the team that he's up against is 5 ranks below them. And looking at the other side of the court, we're seeing familiar names, just some surprises probably with Melgar being inserted into the fold. Not the usual starter for Coach Goriev. In the past 11 games, he's been rotating his players, giving them ample playing time, and really seeing who's going to start and play well. So we kick things off with a serve coming from May Macatuno. That goes straight to Gonzaga. They put this one up for Molina. Molina goes down the line.
Both teams are looking to end strong. This conference for CAPITAL1. Parang si Coach Roger wants more experience and the veterans on the lineup. As you see veterans in May Macatuno, Janine Navarro, Clemente as well. Meanwhile, Cignal just sticking to their usual.
You know, for Cignal, this is also a fight for pride.
That's right.
They're one of the few who could have had a semi spot. However, the story has been unfolded, and unfortunately, they're not making it to the semis anymore, as we're one apiece here at the start of the first set. Navarro to serve for the Solar Spikers, the Negros Oriental native. It's going to the Ilongga. Melgar going cross court. Cayuna was there. Katindig pops this one up, going to Gonzaga. That was denied. Great blocking here coming from the yellow shirts. Quick hit coming from Doria. They go up to Joel Singh, and they find a corner for the Solar Spikers.
So despite the fact that CAPITAL1 is in the bottom of the standings, you really can't, count them out in terms of, performance and execution. That's because they keep on improving every game. And you see that the system, the chemistry has been working for them.
I mean, let's not forget, we're looking at 2 very legendary at their own right when it talk about coaching. Coach Shaq de los Santos, who has a very good system. Coach Roger Goriev, who has nothing to prove in volleyball with the countless championships he has won as player, playing coach, and as coach. So he has proven himself here already. And CAPITAL1 gets one ahead over Cignal.
A couple of clean attacks coming from them, finding the holes on the floor defense of the HD Spikers.
Clemente now serves. Oh, no whistle yet coming from the first referee. Clemente will still serve for Capital One. Oh, that's an ace for Des Clemente as we check in to Kyla Castillo as a report about Cignal.
Thank you so much, Sinj. Now, amidst the heartbreak of missing the semi-stage this conference, team captain of Cignal HD Spikers, Ces Molina, finds a reason for optimism. There are many lessons learned. Molina admitted mala roller coaster ride daw ang naging journey nila this conference. But despite these hurdles, Ces says she's truly proud of how the team kept their heads held high, and today, in their last game, she wants to see just that. Ces acknowledges that bridging the gap within their unit and eradicating any sense of complacency will be crucial for their future success. Looking ahead, she and the rest of the HD Spikers are set on building a stronger connection that will translate to on-court synergy. Elevate your PVL experience when you download the Pilipinas Live app for only 149 pesos per month. Now back to you, Sinj and Ayel.
Well, the connection can be stronger, as strong as our connection with our fans on the Pilipinas Live app. But you know, Cignal really is a team that has been very solid for the past few conferences, as we recognize that combination play coming from Sing. However, you know, this is a team composed of humans, not robots. They have their lapses.
It's just very unfortunate that, you know, the two losses they incurred this conference were really heartbreaking losses. They had a good hold on those games, but they lost a grip. But still, this is a very solid lineup for the HD Spikers.
This has been quite the lineup for the past few conferences, as Sing goes for that combination again from the middle. Vanny on the left side. On the other side, Makatuno goes to the pipe, and Navarro converts. So far, it's been a seesaw battle between the two squads when scoring.
That's right, Capital One looking so organized as well. Smooth playmaking so far from Makatuno.
Melgar now serves for Capital One. Picked up there by Katindig. On the other side, they go up to Gandler again. That's under the ball, and that is heading out, no check.
Gandler trying to go long in that sequence, as you mentioned. Capital One and Cignal neck and neck in the start of the set.
Something you don't want to see if you're Coach Chuck De Los Santos, as that Melgar continues to serve. They go up to a back set, and Gonzaga shows why she's bionic.
Gonzaga explodes on that previous sequence.
Now she marches to the service line, tied at 6, as the gold medalist from the FIVB World Beach Tour Futures gets an ace.
And Jovelyn Gonzaga was that crucial player as well in their win against PLDT.
That was an epic win. Unfortunately, that seized the chance of PLDT to enter the semis, as Gonzaga goes for the serve. Makatuno goes up to Sing, getting through the blockers. And you know, that's where you see, that situation is where you see that Cignal is taking things seriously here, as we recognize that third point rather, of Jorel, who is now serving. Say to Katindig, Meneses, popping that one up for Molina. They go up to running attack to Salamagos.
Salamagos with that running attack. Good start here for Capital One.
As we enter a technical timeout. Arena Plus, astig sa sports! Welcome back to the Philsports Arena. As you're still watching the Premier Volleyball League 2024 All-Filipino Conference, engineers together with Ayel Estanero. Ayel, Capital1 keeping it close and tight against Cignal.
I mean, we expected this one with how they performed in their previous game against Next Led. They were looking good. They were very scrappy on defense, and they were able to convert points. So they will definitely be a good challenge here for Cignal.
And I'm seeing smiles from Coach Roger Goreyem. I'm not sure if our fans could see it through the screens, but he's smiling because he's seeing that his defense pattern is working, especially if you get a block like that.
That's right. It's really, the hard work of these players, talking about Capital1, paying off. They stayed patient. They know that, a month preparation will not be enough, but they were given time throughout this conference to improve, and they are just showing what they are capable of.
And having moments like this is perfect for them to show up as Gonzaga gives a ball or a point to Capital1. This will be challenged by the Cignal HD Spikers for block touch.
And again, Capital1 starting strong in this game. You see them slow down the good offense of the HD Spikers.
And kanina, I've noticed, you saw that, nakapwesto si Joel Singh. Alam niya saan papunta ang bola. The tendencies have been studied. That's in that last sequence. Is there a block touch? There's a flick of the finger, but it did not make contact with the ball, and that is decided the challenge referees. Fortunately, an unsuccessful challenge for Coach Shaq de los Santos. 3-point lead for Capital1. The serve coming from Singh. They put this one up for the pipe, but it is rebounded by someone that we discussed from the start of the pregame, Salamagos.
That's right, Salamagos again at the red and the net defense. Look at her jump at the right time, pressing her hands at the right time. Solid net defense.
Just goes to show it's not about height all the time. It's also about timing. 5-0 run for Capital1 right now as Vanny goes to that hit. Read well by Singh. That's off the block for Danny Navarro, giving a whopping 4-point lead for Capital1. But this will be challenged for a net touch by Cignal. They're looking for a net fault. Oh, it seems like this will be a fair play moment instead for Janine Navarro.
Admitting that she did touch the net on her way down, going for that attack.
Fair play awarded to, or green card awarded to Navarro.
Now you see Capital One being aggressive in offense right now, and that's challenging the defense of Cignal as well.
And that challenge is posing a threat to Cignal at the moment, who is currently down by 3 as Molina gets that off the hands of Salamagos, hitting actually the antenna.
That's right. But I mean, you still like what Salamagos is doing, still forcing to try to close that block. It could have been a good rebound still, but then the trajectory was difficult.
The deflection, the press was a bit missing. Humabol na kasi, but this serve sails out, becomes a free point for Capital One. Capital One now with a 3-point advantage. Coach Shaq Del Santos looking unhappy on the sidelines.
And for Cignal, they really can't afford to commit more errors because Capital One just capitalizing on their errors right now.
And really enjoying the benefit of that as they go for a tip, and Molina stops the bleeding for Cignal.
Simple watch for Molina, just tipping that one over, but a very effective instant point for Cignal.
Cignal now down to a 2-point disadvantage. Back quick for Clemente on the other side. 8 quick for Doria. Great answer, keeping it tight with a 1-point game.
Kayuna with some activation from the middle. That's what they need right now because the wing attackers are being checked by the blockers of Capital One.
Capital One going to that back row play, but easily returned here by Kayuna with a dump, and we tie things off at 12.
Better momentum right now for Cignal. Kayuna with perfect timing for that 1-2 play.
Serve coming from Meneses. They go up to the 8 quick. On the other side, they answer with Molina going cross court. Cignal playing much faster right now.
That's right. This is the Cignal that we know.
It's a 4-0 run for the Cignal HD Spikers. Coach Roger will be calling timeout. Let's listen in to the veteran coach.
Haba ng kamay natin eh. Extend mo, hanapin mo yung ano. Kung saan siya kakabig ng bola. Sayang yung lamang natin oh. Blocking importante. Pagka ikaw nagkaroon ng 2 beses, third ball, binibigay mo lang ng easy ball. Itaas mo para makapwesto muna yung mga blocker mo. Pag binigay mo ng mababang easy ball yan, hindi pa nakakapwesto yung blocker mo, pumapalo na sila. Sayang lamang natin, no?
Capital.
Words of wisdom coming from Coach Roger Gorayeb, who reminded them about their defense pattern. Earlier, it has been working stellarly, and right now, Cignal has changed the pace, and Capital One is looking to catch up.
Now it's Capital One who needs to make necessary adjustments.
They're the ones who are being pressed here. Molina with that standing spike. Singh was there for the pickup. They go to a quick. The other side, Gandler was there. Doria with that tip. Rivera pops this one for Singh off the hands of Doria. Gonzaga was there for the dig. Oh, great dig. Singh from the pipe. Fed by Meneses. Molina tipping that over. Longest rally we have here. Makatuno going up to Navarro. That dump coming from Kayuna. Makatuno up to Singh. That is going out for the pipe hit coming from Jarrell Singh.
Scrappy defense from both teams. Fortunately, an attack error coming from Singh, trying to go long on that sequence.
Tatawa na lang si Coach Roger from the sidelines. Makatuno goes up to the open. Popped up there by Meneses, who's playing pseudo libero here. Pipe hit coming from Singh. This time it's out again.
Now you see that Singh is the safety net of this team. Whenever they're scrambling, now Makatuno looks for Singh. Singh wanting to go long a couple of times but could not execute so far.
Melgar, Makatuno tipping that over. Molina, oh, Clemente with that regalo. Sing with the first ball. They go up to Navarro. Down the line. Works for Danny.
Finally, a much-needed point here for Capital One. Makatuno to Navarro, and Navarro going down the line.
Dai Navarro, rather, getting that through the blockers. Finding the seam between the hands of Cayuna.
That's right.
Makatuno with that serve. Molina off speed on the other side. Up. Overreaching.
Clear overreaching there by Doria. The ball was still with Capital One.
And this is what you're talking about. Capital One capitalizing on the mistakes of their opponent. Really keeping things close after that 4-0 run. 5-0 if I'm not mistaken. Even. Oh, Molina! Denied access there by Melgar and Clemente.
This is what Coach Roger was saying earlier. No, they need to really polish up their defense because that net defense worked in the start of the set. Solid block there against Molina.
Pabagalin mo yung balik ng bola doon para maka-establish ka ng blockers dito as they go up to a combination. Doria getting that A quick. Clemente with an answer, same attack. By play for Gandler, gets that through the hands of Clemente, which gives a 1-point lead for the Cignal HD Spikers as we enter the second technical timeout. But before that, let's look at the spike of the set that is brought to you by Dunkin, pasalubong ng bayan. We'll back here at the PVL. Awesome live sports viewing is guaranteed with Cignal yesterday, today, and tomorrow. Switch now and get up to 3 months with no cash out. Visit www.cignal.tv/switch for more details. Back here inside the Philsports arena as the Cignal HD Spikers will be serving, closing off that technical timeout. Cayuna. Rivera was there for the reception. Navarro going off the hands of Doria. Vanny finding a spot from the pipe.
Gandler, you know, she's very lethal from the back row. She knows what zones to target. She gets another point from the back row, targeting zone 5. No one there for Capital One.
2-point lead for Cignal. Cayuna continues to serve. Makatuno pops this up for Sing from the back row. On the other side, Cayuna goes for a bump to Molina, and Molina goes cross court.
Molina with another smart attack. Placement shot works for her. Oh, you see her intentionally go to that zone.
And zone 5 seems to be a target for all the HG Spikers so far as they lead by 3. Cayuna serves. Rivera was there. Melgar, free ball coming from Capital One as we see an attack points 13 from Cignal, 7 from Capital One. They go up to Navarro. Dai is read by Vanny. Oh, ping pong and a pinball as that ball dies.
Another point for Molina. But Capital One still reading the offense well. 2 blockers there with Molina. Good floor defense, but they couldn't recover just on time.
The ball is pinballed between the defenders of Capital One as we check in with the timeout by Coach Roger.
Huwag kayong masyadong kampante sa depensa. na parang feeling nyo hindi diadalin dito. Mga rivers, ikaw umalis dito. Yung isa cross court, bakit titingnan mo siya? Ay, hindi naman catchable lang doon. Cross court yung parang. Napunta nga lang dito sa kanan. Isipag sa defense.
Ate, huwag tayong papabayan ng ganun para hindi mali. Let's go. Capital! Let's go lang, Ate Rix!
As we have Miss Shenaji Olaso here, one of the heads of Cignal TV, together with Mosey Ravena, the manager of the High Chargers. But good news for all volleyball fans, the PVL, UAP, and Spikers Turf can now be enjoyed on One Sports via high definition. Catch the games on One Sports HD Channel 17 only on Cignal. One Sports HD is available on all active Cignal prepaid and postpaid subscribers. Back to the ball game. Navarro is 4 touches will be called against Capital1.
So Capital1 has slowed down the end stretch of this set as Cignal continues to step on the gas.
Clearly, a crystal clear connection for the HD Spikers. That serve coming from Cayuna still. Cayuna medyo namahay na sa service line. Be quick for Clemente. Molina. Read there by Rivera. Sing from the pipe. Save there from Joves. Molina making something out of that. The tip coming from Clemente works.
A missed hit, but the point is a point. Again, Clemente just taking advantage of her height on that one.
You know what's exciting? When these two gel more, the height of the ball and the speed, the timing of
right.
Des will improve. Kasi ngayon, tumatapik-tapik pa lang, but you know that's gonna be deadly if it improves. But that is a definition of a deadly quicker. Rose Doria with that hit.
Rose Doria, always reliable. We talked about her as well on top of this coverage in the pre-game. Lethal both in net defense and in scoring.
And she's gotten plums here in the PVL for her improvement and her growth as a middle blocker. Gandler read there by Navarro. They go up to Sing off the blockers. Oh, Katindig tried to keep that alive, but that ball shanks away from the court.
Again, Sing really has some power in her attacks. As she goes cross this time, there was a rebound coming from Doria, but that was difficult for Katindig.
The trajectory was really going askew for them as this one goes up to Gonzaga, who finds the line for Cignal.
And this is the Cignal that we know. A lot of lethal attackers. I mean, Molina scoring, Doria contributing, and then this time Jovelyn Gonzaga with that hit.
And they know how to control the game, really have that mastery, really hold the floor down as Doria serves. Rivera was there. Makatuno one-handed set. Salamagos denied there by Meneses. This is inflates and balloons to a 6-point lead for Cignal.
Cignal looking more cohesive compared to how they started the set as Jacqueline Acuna goes in for Ria Meneses.
Serve now coming from Doria. Makatuno goes up to Sing on the test play.
Combination play works for Capital1. As Sing goes to the middle, Tres works for Sing.
They've been going a lot to this combination. And this is something that Jarell has been fond of ever since her younger years. That hit by Vanny, read by Navarro. They go up to Sing again. That just deflects out of the court.
Can't have a loose block against Jarell Sing. She has the power, the might.
Braso kung braso kasi kung pumalo. Just when you thought Cignal was 2 points away from winning, Capital1 trims down the lead to 4 with that serve coming from Melgar. Oh, Gonzaga with that hit. Converting a set point for Cignal.
Cayuna going to their veteran attacker in the front row right now. Gonzaga getting that point.
Set point now as Jobs serves. Makatuno goes up to Sing. That is denied. And that will be the end of the set for Cignal's win. Let's look at that last play, what happened there. And, you know, a lot of great moments here for Capital One. They were able to maximize their advantage. However, Cignal just really able to close things out as the first set goes to the side of the HD Spikers. We'll be back here at the Philsports Arena for the continued coverage of the PVL. We're back here inside the Philsports Arena for your continued coverage of PVL. Look back at set number 1, 25-19 in favor of the HD Spikers. You know, Cignal had a tough time earlier because they were having a lot of faults, giving freebies to the Solar Spikers. But at the tail end, they were able to get a grasp of what they need to do, and they were able to take the lead, pull away, and maintain that lead. As just when you thought Capital One was trying to catch up, Cignal was able to place them.
That's right. For Capital One, they capitalized on the slow start of Cignal, but they were not able to sustain the momentum. And you know, just knowing Cignal, hindi din sila magpapatalo talaga. They were able to gain momentum. Jal Cayuna with a balanced ball distribution. Everyone stepping up in terms of scoring as Capital One tried to slow them down with their good net defense. As we take a look at the numbers, 17 attack points for Cignal against the 11 of Capital One. But Capital One again stepping up in the net defense. 3 kill blocks for them against the 1 of Cignal. But Capital One committing more errors, especially towards that end stretch of the set. As for scoring for Cignal, Molina and Gonzaga contributed big points for Cignal in that first set. Meanwhile, for Capital One, it was Sing. Obviously, a lot of balls going to her, and Clemente contributing 4 points as well.
So, if you look at it, it's actually pretty good in terms of numbers. You know, we didn't see double-digit faults. We saw an avalanche of attack points coming from Cignal, being the more aggressive team here, as we see that serve coming from the HD Spikers that converts an ace for Cignal.
After that slow start in that first set, Cignal will definitely try to have a better start in the second set. That's where the challenge comes in for Capital One, for them to be able to execute in-game adjustments.
However, so far, Capital One scrambling here with the first ball, as that converts a regalo for the HD Spikers. A change of liberos here on the side of Capital One as Cayuna continues to serve here, 2-0. Oh! Gonzaga rolling right after that regalo. Wala namang twist. Medyo overextend ba? As they're observing it. Let's look at that again. Oh, there's a collision. Her foot went over the foot of Inestrella, and they went fishing after because they both got caught by the net after. Gonzaga shrugging it off and just shouting, "Let's go." Violation will be called against Capital1, so the serve will go towards Cignal. It's 3-0. Makatuno goes up to Navarro from the opposite side. The answer will come from the pipe from Vanny. Landicho over digs that one. Singh with the reaction. On the other side, Molina. Oh, what a sharp cross court coming from Ses.
Better connection this time from Cayuna to Molina with a perfect execution. Sharp cross-court attack. Australia caught off guard on that attack.
Capital1 looking to snatch a point here with that hit from Navarro. They go to the opposite side, Gonzaga, read there by Singh. In Estrella, getting that one through. Molina over the blockers. On the other side, Makatuno chooses Navarro. Popped up by Molina. Katindig goes up to Vanny. Long rally we're having here. Singh, read by Vanny. Quick hit. Oh, that goes off the hands of Jorel Singh. As we check in with Kyla Castillo as a report with Capital1.
Since kanina nabanggit mo kung paano pinagtitibay ng panahon ang mga kupunan dito sa PVL at isa ng patunay dyan ang Capital1 Solar Spikers. As a matter of fact, they'll be celebrating their 3rd month together on 29th of April. As I talked to Coach Roger earlier, he couldn't help but smile. In his words, for a 3-month-old team, I see potential. They play hard and you can really see the hunger in their eyes. Gusto nilang may mapatunayan. And so in the following conferences, Coach Roger says there will be no more reasons, no more excuses. Hindi na sapat sa kanya na lumalaban at dumidikit lang. Gusto niya nang mag-ipon ng panalo. As we talk about foundation building, this final game of Capital1 will be another brick in that wall. All this and more elite PVL action when you download the Pilipinas Live app. Subscribe now for only 149 pesos. Now let's turn it over back to the game.
Thank you so much, Kyla. And while Kyla was reporting, we did have a timeout coming from Coach Roger Goreyeb. And knowing Coach Roger, it was just the wise reminders coming from Coach Roger. As Inestrella gets that hit denied by Doria. Off speed coming from Navarro from the opposite side. But Doria with a quick answer.
Doria with a solid quick attack.
Capital1 unable to find an answer here and able to find a point here so far. Ayuna gives a breather to Capital1.
Cayuna wanting to serve strong in that one, but too much power in that serve. So chance here for Capital1 to gain some momentum.
Serve coming from Navarro. Hit coming from Doria is going to be denied by Capital1.
Better read this time for the blockers of Capital1. Umandal jumping at the right time together with Estrella.
Capital1 trying to string up some points here. Navarro with that serve. Gonzaga picked that one up. Molina gets that off the hands of the defenders of Capital1 as that ball shanks away from the court and becomes a point for the HD Spikers. Let's look at that again because this spike of the set is brought to you by Dunkin, pasalubong ng bayan.
Solid attack from Molina. You appreciate the effort of Capital1 in that floor defense.
Singh has an answer That ball shanks away from the arms of Cignal.
A lot of power in that attack.
Look at this.
Explosive one coming from Sing.
Hindi ba buong braso yung gamit niya? Yan yung ano, ayaw mong mapalo ka. Vanny Gandler with a tip. Oh, that's off the hands of Makatuno, giving a Cignal a comfortable 5-point lead as we enter a technical timeout. Arena Plus Stig sa sports as we're back here in the Premier Volleyball League. It's a 5-point lead for the Cignal HD Spikers. Serve now will come from Rose Doria. Doria, of course, a very decorated player for Cignal right now. 6 on attack points for Cignal, 1 on CAPITAL1. Doria scores with that serve. Let's get that again.
Floater there for Roslyn Doria.
Kita mo walang spin yung ball.
And it dropped when it crossed the net.
Doria going for that floater again. This time Inisteria was there. They go up to a combination play. The tip coming from Singh, however, it's going to be a violation call against Jurel.
Singh was not able to control her momentum going for that combination play. She had the right thing in mind to tip that one over. Fortunately, a net touch there.
Doria now serves. Makatuno goes up to Singh again. Off the hands of Molina.
Now, you know that there's a lot of power in the hits no, of Singh. Kasi andun yung players ng Cignal. It's just that they can't contain the power and the attacks of Singh.
How do you contain powerful hits like that?
Oh, you have to be very stable, no, on your foot,
That starts with foundation from the base.
right?
As double contact will be called against Acuna.
So CAPITAL1 slowly getting momentum. Again, capitalizing on the errors of Cignal.
Rovi now serves. 5-point lead. Jump serve. Oh, finding the line there. It floats and drops right in.
Dawn letting that go in the last second. Thought it was gonna go out, but it was right on the line.
Well, you will kasi ang instructions usually pag over your shoulder, let go mo na, di ba?
Right.
That becomes a signal point. 5-point lead for Cignal here. As Gonzaga serves. Oh, that's an ace.
Now the service of Cignal working for them in this set. We've seen a couple of service aces already. As Gonzaga adds on to that.
Target is to find that campfire in the middle. Rivera with that pickup. They go up to Sing off the blockers. That's a point for Capital One.
Saying almost unstoppable in the set.
This is just the 5th point of Capital One in the set that they did on their own. Tip coming from Molina. She's denied by the nets.
Molina wanting to slow things down. Unfortunately, could not put that ball over.
Sing now with the serve. Katindig was there. Gandler cross court. Rivera was there for the pickup. Salamagos winning that joust. On the other side, they go up to Gandler. Cross court again, finding a perfect spot for Cignal.
Gandler. So much room for the cross-court attack. Avoiding Salamagos perfectly to get that point.
Gandler now to serve. Picked up by Inestelia. They go up to Sing. Gandler was there. Molina off the hands of blocker. Sing was there. Makatuno goes up to Navarro and Dai gets a point.
Navarro again going for the hands of Cayuna, choosing the smaller blocker in that sequence. Smart move for Navarro.
Really maximizing that loose block as that serve comes from Salamagos. Combination for Molina as they try to find the corner, but that is going out. Point for Capital One.
Clean attack coming from Molina.
Salamagos now to serve. Picked up there by Don. Don coming from Cayuna, read well by Inestelia. Inestelia with that tip over. Acuna getting that one through off the hands of Inestelia.
Cayuna choosing a faster transition play as she knows that Capital One was still scrambling in that floor defense.
Acuna now serves. Rivera was there. Off speed from the back row from Sing on the other side. A tip coming from Cayuna. Makatuno goes up to Inestelia from the back row. That is sailing out. 5-point lead for Cignal.
It has been a Cignal controlling the set, leading all the way.
Acuna continues to serve. Oh, sharp one. Oh, solid block coming from Rose Doria. As Umandales turned back there, 6-point lead for the Cignal HD Spikers. Let's look at that move. That move is brought to you by Honda Motorcycle. Pull back here at the heart of volleyball. back here inside the Philsports Arena as we continue your coverage for Cignal going up against Capital1. It is the last game day for the eliminations. Gonzaga gets that one for Cignal.
No, Singh actually read that one well, that Gonzaga was going for an off-speed attack, wanting to spin that one over. No, but she was late in trying to go for that floor defense.
Capital1 calls a timeout here.
Dumadive na kayo dyan. Pag tinamaan ka pa sa nguso ngayon. Eh kung hindi mo dinive yun, tinakbo mo ng maayos yun, tinaltok lang naman yung bola. So, ikaw rin ang may gawa sa sarili mo. Takbuhin nyo lang naman. Bakit kailangan na isubsub nyo yung katawan niya? Oh, lulungkot na naman ang itsura niya. Madadamay pa sa inyo. Paskong Pasko ko ngayon, no? Tanggap ako na maraming regalo eh. Pagkatapos kayo malungkot.
Ay, that's a Coach Roger timeout. Words of wisdom na may konting kantsaw, na may konting lokohan. Ang dami daw niyang regalong natanggap today kasi nga naman, ang dami niyang overball na nabigay yung squad niya. But reminding the girls to play happy.
That's right.
Oh, that becomes a point, see? You just need to give some good vibes, good vibrations to your squad.
And that's how they started in this game. You saw them play very loose. They were celebrating every point. No, but right now, Cignal with a 6-point lead.
Makatuno now serves. Picked up there by Gonzaga. They go up to the pipe to Vanny. Oh, regalo. Tulad nga na sabi ni Coach Roger. Standing spike coming from Singh. They go up to Molina off speed. Denied there by the block by Umandal.
Blockers were already there. They knew that it will go to Ces Molina. Estrella extending her arms on that one.
Good read there by Umandal and Inestrella. They go up to a quick hit to Doria that works and gets through the seam between the blocker and the net.
Doria has been productive in this game.
6-point lead for Cignal, as I was just about to say. And Jel Cayuna will now serve for the HD Spikers. They go up to Singh off the tape of the net on the other side. Double block does not work for Gonzaga as that ball goes for a hit out.
Gonzaga using the hands of the blockers to get that point. No, this has been a Cignal set so far. Cayuna.
7-point lead for Cignal. Full control for the red shirts as Navarro is read by Cayuna. And Estrella there for coverage. And Estrella again for that coverage. Free ball coming from Capital1. Let's see how Cignal will maximize. Makatuno reads Gonzaga. Navarro picked up there by Katindig. Molina off the hands of the blockers. Rivera was there. The tip coming from Estrella works.
Estrella with a smart attack. Na nakita niya na naka-establish na si Ces Molina and that block. Just tip that one over. Now Molina hesitating whether to go for that block or now move her hands out. But too late for that.
Capital1 for the serve. Quick hit, back quick hit is read by Capital1 from Doria. Singh with an answer. Vanny from the back row. Ball is alive. Chance ball for Cignal. Let's see what Cayuna will do. She goes up to Gonzaga from the back.
Perfect execution there for Cayuna and Gonzaga. Perfect pass as well from Don Makandili Katindig. Smooth play on that sequence.
Says to serve. Picked up by Rivera. Makatuno goes up to Sing. Gandler was there. On the other side, it's going to be a quick hit coming from Doria.
Doria has been utilized in this game. Kayuna keeps going to her.
Now we're seeing the entry of what can I call a franchise player in the PVL as she's been with Cignal from the beginning. The original HD Spiker. I mean HD Spiker Libero. Jack Janela.
Right.
Molina from the back row. Inistelia tipping that over. Janela was there. They go up to Gonzaga. On the other side, Makatuno goes to Inistelia. Janela goes up to Gandler. And Gandler gets that point off the hands of Inistelia.
A great set there. Bump set coming from Janela.
Substitution here. Quezon, Jel Quezon, the former Lady Warrior, will check in. On the other side, Chai Troncoso checking in for Cignal. It's a 9-point game in favor of the HD Spikers as Molina serves the captain. Quezon will set this one up to Sing. In attack points, it has been 5-13. Make that 6-13.
No, Capital1 with some important points here, as it has been Sing all throughout so far in this game with some, good contributions from Estrella and Navarro, but they need to produce more points.
Quezon goes up to Sing. That's off the hands of Cignal. Quezon playing quality minutes here, changing things up. That's the 11th point for Jarel Sing. And 5 of those points coming from this set alone.
You mentioned Quezon. Quezon also provided some stability in their previous game against Next Led. So this could be a good adjustment for them.
Troncoso popped up there by Umandal. Quezon will go up to Sing again. Off the block. When in doubt, check that ball out.
And when in doubt, go to Sing, who has been scoring majority of the points for Capital1.
6-point lead for Cignal that Capital1 is trying to trim here. Gonzaga off the blockers and stops the trailing of Capital1. Jen Kasugod checking in here. As we see Jerome Lastimosa, the former Adamson soaring Falcon and Adidas player. Sorry, I misnamed him. He should be a King Falcon. Diba?
That's right.
Yun talaga dapat. As point goes to Capital1 after that fault. Serve now will come from Rovi. Stay to Janela on the other side. They go up to running Jen Kasugod.
Instant contribution for Kasugod here, who just came in for Acuna.
7 point now for Cignal. Zelsi, probably called as Bobby as well, checks in here.
Seems like Ayuna will play as a spiker in this rotation.
Ay, ang fun. Ang saya kaya, di ba, pag ganun? Sing! Gets that point. This will be challenged, though, on the side of Cignal for antenna touch.
Sabi mo nga, no, for setters, it's always fun to play as a spiker.
Ang fun kaya.
In a few rotations.
Favorite ko na naging opposite spiker si Ayel Estanier sa UAP. Kung alam niyo yun, masakit na yung likod niyo ngayon.
Let's not go back.
It is fun when you guys hit. You are a converted setter, so you know the giggle that you feel inside the court when you want to hit. Jel, you could see that every time she plays as we look at the 10 touch challenge. As we await for an official decision, huwag nating pangunahan. It is a yes for a 10 touch. So Cignal will win that point. It's a successful challenge for Coach Chuck De Los Santos, and the set swings to the favor of the HD Spikers. Cignal now 2 sets up. CAPITAL1 looking to bounce back as we await for the official score. 25-19, 25-17.
Welcome back. 25-19. 25-19. Now 25-17. Cignal 2 sets up after dominating that second set. Now Cignal started strong in that second set. They were able to sustain their momentum all throughout. Ces Molina, Vanny Candler, Jock Gonzaga, Rosindoria contributing points, and that's just a manifestation of the good ball distribution so far of Jel Cayuna. Meanwhile, for CAPITAL1, UC Jarel Singh working, fighting for every point, but she definitely needs more support from her teammates in terms of scoring production. As we take a look at the numbers, a big disparity in attack points. 16 attack points for Cignal against the 8 of CAPITAL1. 2 blocks for CAPITAL1. Meanwhile, 1 for Cignal. Both teams almost the same number of errors. So the separation, the disparity is really in the attack points. This is a lower output for CAPITAL1 in terms of their attacks. That's the department they need to look into. They need to improve in the third set if they want to extend this match. Meanwhile, for Cignal, they are looking to close this game in 3 sets. They would want to end strong in their campaign this conference. Again, both teams already out of contention. They are missing the semi-finals. For Cignal, they are currently at 6th seed. For Capital One, they are the 11th seed, as you see Coach Jorge De Brito on your screens with his family watching the games today. At the last day of the preliminary round. There goes Ces Molina, looking to get this third set with the rest of the HD Spikers. Meanwhile, Salamagos back as a starter.
As we're seeing Des Clemente on your screens right now. Jalana checking in here as well. Chaitong Koso leading the charge, looking at the top scorers. You know, Singh has been guarding big points here for Capital One. 12 big points already. Clemente following her at 4. She got stuck there. Meanwhile, it's a team effort for the HD Spikers. 9 points for Gonzaga and Molina. Start things off with Capital One getting first blood. Makatuno now serves for the yellow shirts. Cignal getting that one through. On the other side, a tip coming from Clemente. Free ball coming from Cignal. Let's see what Capital One will do. They go to Des Clemente.
For Capital One, they would want good first balls right now because they have probably their tallest player in the front row in Des Clemente. Now they want an easier time to score a point. Good tip there coming from Clemente.
Good. Molina trying to adjust. That hit coming from Clemente. On the other side, Cayuna going up to Troncoso from the pipe.
I see some younger players for Cignal in as a starter in this third set. Acuna, Fernandez, Troncoso starting.
The Stringers getting their moment here. But Capital One maximizing the opportunity on their side.
That's right, a good start for them. Again, this is how they started in the first set.
Jalana with that serve. Cayuna going to a back quick to Acuna on the other side. Lana from the pipe. Oh, miscue there between Janela
And Acuna. Acuna was standing right in front of the ball. But again, usually pag yung setter yung nakakuha ng first ball, it's the task of the libero to set that ball up.
Of course, you also have to consider the geolocation.
Right.
Acuna was quite near, so parang doon nag-start yung confusion.
Clearly a miscue.
Clemente racking up some points here. That is her 6th point, so she adds 2 just in the set alone.
And another miscue again for Cignal. 3 players in the middle.
And Acuna will check out here as Doria will check back in.
Jalana continues to serve for Capital One. Ces Molina.
Oh, Doria with that regalo.
Rivera had a good touch on that ball, read that one well, good reaction, but it was an overpass, and Doria had the sense of urgency to go for that attack.
Yun naman yung ma-appreciate mo if you're Coach Shaq. Yung pinasok mo na, biglang convert agad ng point.
That's right.
Lana saving that one. They go up for a chance ball for Cignal. On the other side, Cayuna goes up to Troncoso, who gets that off the blockers. As we turn it over to Kyla Castillo as a report about Capital One.
One win might not seem like much, but for Capital One Solar Spikers, it's a seed signifying something far greater. I was able to talk to their team captain, Jarrell Singh, and she told me one major thing she's learned this conference. A steadfast character cannot be taught. Hindi rin ito na-i-ensayo. Sa experience talaga ito mahahasa at madedevelop. Sabi nga niya, 3 buwan pa lang naman, mahaba-haba pa ang tatahakin namin at matututunan. She also emphasized how their sisterhood shined throughout the conference. Prior to this game, she told me that her confidence hasn't been as high as it was in the beginning. The pressure of being captain ball plus the outside expectations have started to get to her, but through it all, it was their strong sisterhood that served as an anchor. And so as they battle out their last game of the conference, Jarrell rallies her teammates to just enjoy and make the most out of it. There's no pressure, just a chance to learn and have fun. Get the most extensive PVL experience when you download the Pilipinas Live app, available for only 149 pesos per month. Now back to you, Senjan Ayel.
Thank you so much, Kyla, for that fun and lesson-filled story as we just saw Mandy and Sheila Romero of Capital1. Mandy, of course, being one of the executives of Capital1 together with her sister Milka. 1-point game for the Solar Spikers. Serve coming from Clemente. They go up to from Troncoso rather. Cayuna gets fished by the net.
Take a look at this replay. Cayuna wanting to save that ball, but that was too tight, and that was already on the side of Capital1. Cayuna could not control her momentum.
Nasa airspace na ng Capital1. Fernandez saves that one. One-handed set. They go up to a tip from Salamagos on the other side. Doria with the answer. Singh will adjust. Molina was there. Doria closes things off.
Cayuna giving that the ball back to Doria to get a point. Better connection this time, better angle, better risk action for Doria.
1-point game as Capital1 still in the lead. Doria to serve. Oh, that goes straight to the net. That gives a 2-point lead for the yellow shirts as we head on for our technical timeout. Arena Plus, Astig sa Sports, as we are back to the very Astig game that we have here in the Philsports Arena. Sinjan Reyes together with Ayel Estaniero. Fernandez with a combination read well there by Capital1. Singh is denied by Kasugod and Fernandez. By play coming from Lana. Fernandez off the block, kept alive by Capital1. Oh, Kasugod.
Kasugod using her height on that one. But a scrappy defense there for Capital1. But that was too quick for them to react. That attack from Kasugod.
What they're missing here is a closer, a finisher.
That's right.
Lana from the back row. Janela was there. Kasugod on the running.
Back-to-back points for Kasugod, who is being activated by Kayuna, taking advantage of that loose block of Singh.
Fernandez now serves. Melgar shanks that ball out.
Great serve there coming from Fernandez. Makatuna trying to go for that second touch. Tough one.
Fernandez with a serve that is sailing out. That's going to be a point for Capital One. 9-all. Or rather, 9-all, correct. Natatawa na lang si Coach Shaq. Who is going to try to catch up to that USD Nasal match in the
That's
UAP.
right. Later on at 6 p.m.
A lot
for
of-
the women's division.
And 4 p.m. for the men's. A lot of big volleyball games today. Closing up the elimination here as we recognize that net fault against Makatuno. And this will be challenged by Coach Roger Goryev for net fault. We await results of this challenge. Hinihintay natin yung cue. Dapat sumabay tayo ng lagi.
There was even a confusion on Capital 1. Makatuno asking Salamagas if it was her, but the referee is calling a violation on Makatuno actually. So it's a net fault challenge.
We await the resolution of this challenge. Is there a net fault? Mukhang nandun yung confusion.
Because it was actually Salamagos na Makatuno saying that it wasn't her.
Tama naman si May na hindi siya yung humawak sa net. Ang mali lang. Si Shirley yung hindi umamin.
Probably didn't feel that she scraped the net going for that block.
Sometimes adrenaline
Right.
makes you numb. Salamagos trying to make do and trying
Makes up
to
for
make
that
up for that.
error right away. And a great way also for Makatuno to give Salamagos a chance to get a point.
You want that Bowie mindset. 10-all. Salamagos serves for Capital One. Hayuna goes up to Molina. Singh will set this one up. Going to the pipe to Melgar. Makatuno picking that one. Oh, happy birthday.
I mean, you see what Clemente wanted to do. Cignal was still scrambling. Clemente wanted the surprise hit there, but
I'm just consistent with what Coach Roger was saying. She's been
giving a lot
gifts.
of
Now they're giving the gift away. They go up to Singh, picked up there by Tongkoso. Singh was there for the answer. Lana putting some muscle into that hit.
Lana breaking the block on that one. Firing through the hands of Kayuna and Doria.
Makatuno now serves. Tongkoso was there. Kayuna goes up to Molina. Kayuna was there for coverage. Janela pops this up for Chai. On the other side, Rivera will put the ball up. Makatuno giving up a chance ball. High ball here. Janela goes up to Kayuna. Kayuna going for Doria.
Again, Doria gets a clean attack.
As this spike of the set is brought to you by Dunkin, pasalubong ng bayan. Serve coming from Jel. Makatuno goes up to Melgar. Melgar converts. That is the first point for Melgar. There's going to be scramble on the side of Capital1 that becomes on Cignal rather, and that becomes a Capital1 point. Let's look at that again. Net violation.
Net violation on Cayuna.
Cayuna goes up to Molina on that combination play.
Molina converts off that combination play.
10 points apiece for Doria and Molina in this ball game.
Molina choosing the right angle in that previous sequence.
Says with its serve. Singh will adjust from the back row. Cayuna goes up to a combination play to Fernandez. Fourth point for Fernandez.
High efficiency here for the combination plays of the Cignal HD Spikers as Fernandez gets that point.
Lina with that serve, Rivera with that pickup. They go up to Singh down the line. That's out. 2-point lead for Cignal.
The Capital1 has done a good job trying to keep this one close. This is just a 2-point lead for the HD Spikers.
As Molina serves. Picked up there by Rivera. Oh, that goes across. Cayuna going to Doria off the hands of Rivera.
Doria with another point. She's been unstoppable in this game.
As we enter the technical timeout, Cignal leads by 3. Arena Plus, Astig sa Sports. As we're back here at your continuing coverage of the Premier Volleyball League, Cignal going up against Capital1. Cesc Molina will now serve for the red shirts. Picked up there. Oh, no one there home for the pickup. So, going to be a point for the HD Spikers. Coach Roger Gurieb will be alarming and pounding the alarm already for the Solar Spikers. Let's try to listen in to the wise words of Roger Gurieb.
Aasa mo pa sa iba, ikaw libero, so ikaw re-receive. Kung pwede nga lang mag-isa ka dyan sa gitna, ikaw na lahat. Kaya ganyan. Nakakababa ng moral yan eh, naghahabol pa tayo. Intindihan nyo? Konting bilis ng kilos.
Coach Roger looking for some accountability here as we see, of course, Mr. We have
Marcos Manalo and Iris Tolenada on your screens earlier.
and the husband of Don Makandili Katindig also on your screens. We also have some strong group athletics players here who will be having their match at 6 p.m. Cesc Molina to serve. Singh going cross court. And Bosso gets that off the hands of the blockers. Third point for Chari.
Everyone stepping up again for Cignal. Troncoso getting some quality minutes in the set. Powering through the hands of Clemente on that one.
Service. Molina.
Molina with that serve. Quezon going up to Lana. Her college teammate Fernandez read there by Quezon. They go up to Sing. Sing will give him a chance ball. Molina was there. Cayuna going up to Troncoso on the other side. Quezon choosing Sing. Cross court, tough angle. Doria tipping that over. Sing, cross court, picked up by Molina. Cayuna going up to Fernandez off the blockers. Ball is still alive. Dionela, Cayuna going up to Doria. Lana from the back row. Jack choosing Molina. Long rally we're having here. Clemente with a tip. Doria loses that joust. Gel tipping that over. Gel Quezon going to Des Clemente.
What a rally. Both teams with the stable of floor defense. We saw a lot of good exchanges there, but the Quezon with the right thing in mind to activate Clemente. Cignal was caught off guard in that sequence.
7th point for Des Clemente. Des for that serve. Cayuna going up to Troncoso. Troncoso hits the ball too wide. Becomes a Capital 1 point.
Capital One with a run here.
Clemente continues to serve as Coach Shaq seems to be coy on the sidelines. Fernandez over pops that one, but that becomes a point for Melgar.
Right, Cignal having a difficult time in their first ball right now with Clemente serving strong. Cignal scrambling in the previous sequence.
Des to serve, picked up by Janela. Cayuna going to Doria!
Doria with another point.
That's the 12th point for Roslyn Doria. And now she serves for Cignal with a 3-point lead. Rivera was there for the pickup. Denial coming from Cignal. Sing picked up there by Molina. Hinabol ni Cayuna. Molina will give up a chance ball. Rivera was there for coverage. On the other side, Sing again off the hands of Cayuna.
Sing again has been the go-to player here for Capital One. Now Cayuna trying to extend her arms on that one.
Cayuna pops that one up. Molina from the pipe. On the other side, Quezon going for the quick hit for Salamagos. Fernandez will answer back through the blockers.
Good hit there coming from Fernandez. Spinning that one over.
22 out, 10. Basas in, 8 out, 12. C in.
Substitutions here. Basas checking in here together with C. Coach Zach maintaining a full front line.
Giselle C.
C to serve. Picked up there by Lana. They go up to Sing off the blockers.
Again, Quezon has done a good job here orchestrating the offense of Capital One as Sing takes advantage of that single block. A lot of space for that cross-court attack.
Sing now to serve for Capital One. Picked up by Jack. Molina puts this up for Troncoso, who's tipping it over. Rivera was there for coverage. Lana off the hands of Troncoso.
Lana has been a good support to the scoring of Jarel Singh. As She gets a point off the hands of Troncoso.
And now Cignal will be the one to call time out. Let's try to listen in to what Coach Shaq De Los Santos has to say.
Kailangan maging aggressive sa atake. Ang baba ng ano natin, ng galawan. Kaya dalawang pinasok dyan, kailangan magtrabaho din.
Yes, coach.
Sige, pasa mo na ulit, ha?
One good pass na. One good pass. Tara. Tara. Hey, Cignal!
HG Spikers being asked for some aggressiveness, for some eagerness inside the court.
Coach Shaq also wants them to play, with more efficiency. Because they really want to close this down in 3 sets, but Capital One
just an inch away.
and not letting that happen, fighting for every point in this end stretch of the 3rd set.
Sing to serve. C goes up to Basas off the blockers. Lana was there for coverage. Quezon will put this one up for Sing from the pipe, but a single block coming from Jen Casugod.
Solid block there from Casugod. Jarel Singh from the back row straight to the hands of Casugod. I mean, Casugod didn't even have to move in that net defense.
Troncoso to serve. Picked up there by Rivera. They go up to Lana off the blockers on the other side. Molina will answer. Picked up by Rivera. Lana again with a push. Troncoso from the pipe. That's too long.
That's right. Lack of risk action there for Troncoso. So it continues to be a 1-point game.
Tightest it has been so far, especially at the tail end of a set.
That's right.
Capital One did not go beyond 19 in set number 1 or set number 2. Salamagos to serve. That's out.
Was the error for Salamagos.
2-point lead for Cignal. As Coach Roger is very unhappy about that. Casugod with that serve. Oh, that's an ace!
So good. The perfect execution and that service ace.
Timeout now will be called by Coach Roger Guriev. So let's try to listen in to what Coach Roger has to say to his team.
Pagtawid ng bola, tsaka tayo nagre-react. Malayo ko naman eh. Kaya nga, dikit-dikitan, tapos masisira lang yung mga misreceive na ganyan. Habang lumalapit sila, tayo, dikit naman. Mas tibayan nyo yung dibdib nyo. I-anticipate nyo ng maayos yung bola. Maayos naman tayo, nakakadepensa tayo, nakaka-opensa tayo.
Oh, let's go, let's go.
Huwag na lang bigyan ng mga easy ball na ganyan.
Capital. One. Ate, laban natin.
Suswertein ako ngayong araw na to, marami akong tatanggapin regalo. Magsaya kayo dyan.
Coach Roger. That's why there was a famous Coliseum barker who said, the ever jolly Coach Roger Guriev.
No, I think it also is a way to lighten things up, to take out the pressure from his players.
Really a fatherly figure inside the court. Pero the bottom line is, don't give the opportunity to Cignal. Free ball coming from Cignal. Let's see how Capital One will take chance. However, that converts to match point for the Cignal HD Spikers. They have 4 match points. Let's see if Capital One will be able to save one, or will Jen Casugod and the rest of the HD Spikers close this out. Serve now coming from Casugod. Quezon pops this on for Singh, who hits that straight to the net.
So it was the errors for Capital One that made things a lot easier for Cignal to get this match in 3 sets.
25-19, 25-17, and 25-20. Big congratulations for Cignal for closing out their first conference of 2024 with a win in the elimination round. So, Capital One, we've seen a lot of bright spots, a lot of shining moments, but it's all about gelling. Sabi nga ni Shirley Salamagos to us earlier in the pregame, They have a lot to learn
That's right.
and a lot to grow from.
But we saw them improve all throughout, so we are excited to see more of them next conference. Talking about Capital One.
It's 25-19, 25-17, 25-20. You know, let's look back at how Capital One was able to keep things close.
Oh, Capital One, they started strong in the third set, like how they started in the first set. Jarrell Singh continued to, string up some points, be that go-to player. Quezon provided stability as well. However, some lack of support from her teammates made it a bit difficult. But as you mentioned, a lot of sparks. It's just that they need to gel more. They need more experience. They need more time for preparation, for preparing for the next conference. Meanwhile, Cignal, this is an established squad. Team chemistry, team cohesion. Andun na talaga. It's really a matter of staying consistent, like what Cesc Molina mentioned earlier in the top of the coverage, and that's something that they will definitely work on during the off-season.
And speaking of the Cignal HD Spikers, we have to talk to our player of the game, who is with Kyla Castillo.
That's right, Senj. And our best player of the game for today's match is none other than Roslyn Doria of the Cignal HD Spikers. She garnered a total of 12 points from 11 attacks and 1 ace. So first of all, Roslyn, congratulations. Of course, this conference has not been the easiest one for the Cignal HD Spikers. Pero it's impressive na talagang nilaban nyo today at kitang-kita sa mga ngiti nyo na nilaro nyo yung mga puso nyo for today's match. So ano yung motivation nyo for today?
Pumunta kami sa game na to na high moral and gusto namin tapusin yung conference na manalo.
Yes, and of course, you did just that. Tinapos nyo yung final game on a high note. So Roslyn, ano yung mga lesson na babaunin nyo for the conferences to come?
Sobrang daming lesson. Siyempre, yung conference na to, isang memorable sa amin and pagbalik namin next conference, asahan nyo.
Ayan, talaga namang aasahan natin kung ano pa ang mga gagawin at papakita ng Cignal HD Spikers for the conferences to come. But for now, Roslyn, meron ka bang mga gustong batiin at pasalamatan your fans?
Binabati ko po yung Cignal Management, family ng teammates ko, coaches, and yung family ko, Doria family, Barroso family, Aquino family. And sa lahat po na sumusuporta sa Cignal, thank you po. Happy birthday sa pamangkin ko, Mark Daniel.
All right, there you have it. Our best player of the game for today, none other than Roslyn Doria of the Cignal HD Spikers. Turning it over back to you, Sinjan and Ayel.
Thank you so much, Kyla, for that beautiful conversation with Rose Doria, and we look forward to how they will be able to grow in the upcoming conferences. Now let's look back at this match. We've been talking about it earlier while we were looking at the big score. It's all about consistency. It's all about gelling. It's all about being a tight-knit team. And Capital One is showing some glimmers of hope. Meanwhile, Cignal has been known to have that already. So, looking ahead, where do we see these two squads, AL?
Well, definitely, Cignal is a contender, a semi-finals contender. They've been eyeing for the championship, a lot of conferences already. I'm pretty sure they're coming into the next conference with, a better